Hardy's arrival in the WWE was worth the wait. In a professional world marred with contract disputes and conflicts over ownership rights, the WWE is usually the company flexing its muscles to withhold character names and keeping wrestlers and apos, gimmicks hostage. But this year, a long-enduring legal dispute kept the WWE from utilizing one of the most popular characters in professional wrestling today. Until last night. A eulogy for how sexy stars controversy and John Cena's incendiary promo finally buried suspension of disbelief. Matt Hardy and apos s outlandish broken Matt Hardy persona, a Don Quixote-like madman operating under the impression that he and apos s a beloved hero, had launched the former WWE fan favorite back into pro wrestling's spotlight last year when the wrestling world was least expecting it. Building off viral momentum, the veteran star climbed back up the professional wrestling ladder and returned to the company at Wrestlemania 33 for the first time in more than half a decade. But due to a legal battle over the character rights for the broken Matt Hardy gimmick, which was first used in TNA, the 8-time WWE Tag Champion was forced to wait to fully bloom into his once red-hot character until last night and apos s Monday Night Raw after the issue was reportedly settled over the past week. Due to a condition, I have laid dormant inside this vessel called Matthew Hardy, the long-awaited character said in a purposefully off-kilter European accent in a back-and-forth video promo with former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Bray Wyatt. But now, thanks to the consumer of terrestrial entities, Wyatt, I have been woken. Hardy has been referring to himself as Woken Matt Hardy instead of the original Broken Matt Hardy since losing a match to Wyatt on last week and apos s Monday Night Raw, likely a way for the WWE to avoid future legal troubles and to lay claim to the character by owning the rights to a different name. Despite the unwavering efforts of WWE fans to will Hardy to break into his faux-folk hero mindset since his return to the WWE earlier this year, with crowds frantically slashing their arms to the side and chanting the 43-year-old and apos s delete catchphrase as Broken Matt had been during the height of the gimmick and apos s popularity prior to his WWE return. Hardy was merely restricted to hinting at his unstable other half. Brilliantly keeping hype alive, Hardy would occasionally chop his arm to the side or slip the word delete into on-screen promos with a sly emphasis. The build was long and anticipated, but was received by a raucous ovation from the live Monday Night Raw crowd at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. I have been #woken. At Matt Hardy brand #raw at webbraywyattpic.twitter.com/5xq7 law. In an era of professional wrestling that and apos s flooded with young, worldwide talent due to the exposure of the internet, a veteran who made his debut in the late 1990s Attitude Era of the WWF might have been the last person you and apos d guess to go viral. But the hysterical magic that Hardy and apos s complex character created was contagious, and the man behind it is one others in the business recognize as a proven performer with a unique ability to adapt to changing times and crowds. Speaking with Rolling Stone last month, Bullet Club member Matt Jackson said him and his brother Nick, who performed together on independent promotions as the Young Bucks, had first learned to utilize social media by watching Hardy during their time together on the TNA roster in 2011. He was probably one of the best guys in the world with social media. He was an and apos and apos, Matt Jackson said. Chris Jericho and apos s another guy. Those two always know how to evolve with whatever's current and modern. They and apos re so smart at reinventing themselves. More so, Hardy and apos s broken character was groundbreaking and regained the WWE and apos s attention late in his career. After debuting as a heel in a feud with his brother and on-again, off-again tag partner Jeff Hardy, Broken Matt and apos s unpredictable and outlandish behavior was so different from the typical good guy, bad guy dynamic that wrestling fans were immediately intrigued. Broken Matt and apos s moral code was skewed and layered, hinting at a fair amount of mental instability. When Broken Matt battled in the ring, he was, In his mind, embarking on a noble cause, whether it was deleting his brother Jeff from existence in order to ensure his son Maxwell was the rightful heir to the Hardy family name, or simply entering into a great war for a championship title. Even Wyatt, a notably self-indulgent character who is himself often out of touch with reality, claimed Hardy knows of nothing that is actually real during their war of words last night. The WWE eventually wanted in on the broken frenzy, mirroring it with Wyatt himself in 2016. Following a pre-taped TNA match between Jeff and Matt Hardy dubbed the Final Deletion that went viral among internet wrestling communities, the WWE experimented with their own pre-produced match between the Wyatt family and the New Day. Though the imitation was obvious and perhaps even a bit desperate, it still cooled night&apos team match the original Hardy Boys production that was every bit as cinematic as it was outrageous. Now that Matt Hardy is back with the WWE and has officially been woken after a 7-month delay, it appears that an ensuing feud with Wyatt, a Manson-inspired horror character who delivers sermons and, at times, possesses supernatural powers, is in the cards leading up to Wrestlemania season, which starts with the Royal Rumble on January 28. In the world of professional wrestling, where fans are asked to suspend belief and accept physicality that extends beyond reality, the butting heads of Wyatt and a freshly woken Hardy sees the WWE positioning its two most poetically spoken characters in a shouting match from the two most opposite ends of crazy.